But I also need to go to the chat over here and make sure everything's going all good. I actually started this exactly at 10. Not exactly, but you know the point. You get what I'm saying. Good morning, the BunkaBros. My name is Bunkatron. I am back with another stream. Kind of wanted to catch you guys. Well, not catch you guys up, but I wanted to level out with you guys about something because I've been making it seem as if during certain parts of the day or different weeks where there's just like 1 week where I'm not streaming and another week where I am, obviously I can still stream. I can do stuff like this, but I'm curious about if you guys are also interested in me doing so. So I thought it'd be nice to do a nice little Q&A. Again, this one will actually be around on my channel. But I'd also like to see what you guys would like to suggest to me in order to get better with streaming and doing all this stuff. I just have a whole bunch of tools for customs on my desk and a whole bunch of figures. I just have a gigantic pile where I actually finally put some of the figures back together, and a lot of them are still just parts that are just lumped around. But yeah, I thought this would be a pretty interesting idea to try with you guys. And also I want to change this and change this so that I can actually read what you guys are saying. And also, even if you're in the future watching this, that's also okay too, because I could also use some comments down below that could also suggest the different things. What's up, Blue Dragon? Welcome on in. I know you've been on some of my newer recent streams. And also I think you were actually on my last time that I did this, but I deleted the last one because I got into like a controversial statement. He's fake, he's not real, but you're still on with this joke. Everyone knows gamers still like the light. I want to have good lighting for you guys. I'm sorry. Yikes. Actually, I don't... These are my lights. There's this one, and I have like a glow-in-the-dark xenomorph up there. And I have this one, and this one's a lot more broken. But yeah, I just want to have good lighting for you guys. Sheesh. But anyway. But yeah, I thought this would be a good opportunity to hear more from what you guys are wanting out of this channel. Because if I'm wanting to encourage myself to say, hey, show me to your friends, I don't want you guys just to show you because I'm telling you to. Like, there's a hook. There's something that needs to be there that I'm still looking for. I'm sorry, I'm still fiddling with my hair. It's too short in the front. I'm not liking this. How dare you have such a cheerful personality. Thank you. I'm very glad about that. Well, that's the thing. It's just like, I don't think it's just a cheerful personality that will get me to that point. Obviously, I'm not changing that. Like, that's just how I am. But that's just, yeah, I know. I get you. But I do think that there could be different types of content or ways that I do videos that could be better. Like, the format of how I'm streaming is I do super long streams where I'm talking to you guys and doing stuff like that, where there's other alternatives to what I could do and stuff like these. I'm curious what you guys, like, what else you guys watch, what else do you guys also see, do, when it comes down to stuff like this, is that we're all pretty close as people. I mean, not like we know each other that well, but we could, obviously. That's kind of what I'm wanting to get to, is like, I'm wanting my audience to feel like they know me, but also at the same time, I want to feel connected enough to where it's just like, obviously I know names, like, hey, there's High Voltage, hey, there's Blue Dragon, hey, there's Green, all these different people that I'm still aware of. I don't want that to ever fade. There will always be those certain people where I'm just kind of like, okay, this person's a little obsessive or something like that, which I might not talk to. Sorry for missing. Oh, you're completely fine. Like, if you could watch them back or something like that, I would also mean the world to me. But even if you can't, like, if you're busy with time, I am okay with that. Content is provided. I love to do them. And if you miss them while they're live, it is okay. Not all the time will I have, like, people consistently with me while I stream. And I'm actually okay with that. Like, I prefer it when there's other people there, but it's completely fine. Like, I'm just happy with what I do, and it's easier for me to engage and be more grounded when there are people talking, because I have a problem with that. I do need to fix that as an issue. I do need to be able to, like, insert myself in saying, hey, I'm streaming, hey, I'm doing this, need to engage, need to do these things. And it becomes hard because it's just like, I can't be as loud. I can't, like, pick myself up because, like, there's a certain amount of, like, I can't be, like, yelling all the time because I'm in a house that has people that hate yelling and fun entirely. No, but I'm kidding. But there are, like, some sort of restrictions. Yeah, they're saying Green is a little obsessive, just saying this is a joke. No, Green has been around for quite a long time. He is honestly probably the actual number one fan that I have had in a really long time. Like, someone that actually I've never met before, that just honestly loves the content that me and my friends are putting out, has made fan art. He's done, like, Constructs Adventures fan art stuff, or, like, comics, which was super cool, and also made his own versions of the figures, which I also thought was really cool. It feels so amazing. It's just like, it's not just like a praise kind of thing where it's just like, it makes us feel better, like, about ourselves, even though it does. But at the same time, it's knowing that there are people out there that want to take the time out of their day in order to be like, hey, I like this thing that you made so much that I made something based off of what you made. Like, expanding other people's creativity is probably one of the greatest feelings of all time. Like, if I could inspire people to, like, make all these kind of things that they want to do, not because I'm telling them to, but because they want to do, is something that I would love to do. Like, that's what I want to do as a creator on YouTube, is not only put my own kind of content out there, but help others to see that I will encourage what I see is also pretty good stuff. Obviously, there's going to be the people that might ship me with other YouTubers in my YouTube group, which, I mean, they can do what they want. Like, a lot of people can be weirded out by that, but I find that it's just like, you know, it's whatever. I don't get hurt, they don't get hurt. Just don't be super weird about it is all. It's just like, understand boundaries is kind of what the thing is. Like, a lot of YouTubers have had problems with, like, stands and all these different things that I definitely do agree with. Like, they could just be at a convention, they throw away a water bottle, and then they take that water bottle straight out of the trash and then hold it as, like, a prized possession. It's just like, would you really go that far? You're too nice now. Can I have your credit card? Not your credit card, your credit card. Well, hang on, you haven't complimented my cat again as you did last time. How am I to know that I can actually trust you without complimenting my cat, dude? But yeah, it's a lot of fun to do kind of stuff like this. I like the step back from doing YouTube videos, because, like, that's the thing. Autocorrect. No, you meant it, and you're gonna stay by it. No take backsies, okay? No more. You already used one. You can only use one take backsies. No more. Your cat is cool. But it's honestly really nice to be able to, like, whenever I'm doing streams with, like, playing games, I forget that I have, like, an audience right in front of me. So when it comes down to doing videos like this, it's a lot nicer, so that I can be like, oh, these are the people that I'm talking to. Especially with it being live, it's so much nicer. Now, back to the credit card. Okay, time for the credit card number. Square, hexosphere, troposphere, megaconstructs, B82 paintbrush. That's all you're getting. You're gonna need to guess all the rest of the other information. That's all I'm giving you. Nothing else. But I do love kind of, like, going along with, like, bits with my audience. Like, that's one of the things I really loved when it came down to switching from doing normal videos and then being like, hey, I'm going to actually just stream most of the stuff that I am doing. And it was so weird to me that I thought that I was like, yeah, I'm going to do some serious streaming. Let me get circle next. How did you know? You already have my credit card. It was sorry. Sorry. It was so weird. When I was looking back on it, an old idea I had was that some series were going to be videos that my editor would make and some of them would be streams, but I just felt like that wouldn't be fair to the people that want this thing to be a stream and this thing to be a normal video. So the system I have is, I don't know if you know, but LoonFromNeptune, my editor, he's the one who does compilations. He hasn't done much recently, but I give him credit for. Like, this is a weird time. He needs to put out content also for himself, which I definitely told him, like, you need to prioritize that. The only thing that I'm prioritizing for him to do is doing Best of Bunkatron, which, if you guys don't know, is going to be coming out on July 4th every single year as a compilation, and I'm excited for it, and I hope you guys are too, because this time I'm actually going to be going in a lot more blind. I'm going to be recommending him videos. Loon the alien, yes, I'm aware he's a fish. I don't think he's quite, I mean, I could be wrong, who knows? Yeah, I know, and then there's also, I need to fix Nightbot. Like, you know what, I keep on saying that, hang on. I'm really quickly going to do, yes, do this. You already know which one it is. You already know who it is. DJ Khaled. Do this. Alright, I'm going to fix some of the things. Since when was there a command used? Oh, it's just when there's keywords being used. It's just you abusing him, which you abused him a lot on on the 2 days ago. And then a few days before that, by keep on mentioning people over and over and over again. Oh, no, that's not the right thing. What am I doing there? Not there. Yes, pain, right, Nightbot. Yes, end his suffering. No, what, is there any things that you guys would like him to say, like, as alternatively? Because I still have, hang on, I need to do custom, is it commands? Yes, it's keywords that are used, which I don't know if they'll be updated immediately, but there are certain things. I should probably use more of these. Like, I think what I want to do is, because there's just like certain keywords that actually do work. Some of them haven't been used. The ones that do get used is by, F, oot, AKLoon, and sometimes bruh. One of them you actually haven't used is because it's only, well, I mean, it's not like a secret thing, but it's just one that, like, not on to say overlord voltage. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm gonna, how do I fix crap? Edit. Let's see. I'm gonna, and then there's also cooldowns, which I might want to set more for. Here, I'm gonna set, should I set all of them to a higher cooldown, because you guys are doing that a lot. Yeah, I think I should. I don't think I'm gonna set all of them to a higher one. Submit, except for, nah, I'm not. I won't tell you. Why would I tell you guys? I'm gonna turn all these up so that they aren't as crazy. With you guys spamming, because you guys are funny when you guys love to spam. There we go. No, you're already. I should have done it faster, dude. Which one's next? I need to do this one. I don't know how immediately these ones will be fixed, but I'm hoping that they will be soon, as soon as possible. There we go. There. I don't know if, I don't know if he's not getting destroyed. I'm making sure that you don't abuse him as much as we already do. He already gets a lot of crap. Don't make him even more abused. Tie Nightbot. But yeah, I do enjoy having some sort of a Nightbot looking thing. I do have him for making yes revenge for the thing you did last year. I do have him around for people who have names that are homophobic or racist. I do have him for that because I know that obviously my mods are good for being there here. What, like, obviously even right now they're like not even right here. Me, no, I'm a good Christian boy. I would never do any harm to Nightbot, bruh. I don't think it updated. No. It didn't update fast enough. Fine, you win for now, but just be nice. Anyway, he's nice for having the situation of maybe it did work. I could be wrong. I could jinx it right by saying that. He's nice for having that because obviously my mods aren't even around right now. So if stuff like that happens and I'm streaming and not paying attention, see, he stopped. See, well, it's a little bit better now for doing that. So it's a lot nicer to have Nightbot around just in case for those types of people. Because it's so weird that so many people want to like ruin other people's fun just by like doing that. My power, no. Yeah, you can't abuse them as much. Oh no, you. Hang on. You know what? I'm gonna add a new command. I don't know if that one will also show up, but the only thing, I don't know if this will update. Preventing swearing. No, I did not want Nightbot to do that. Because I'm fine with swearing, like, because like that's the thing. Like, swearing is something that yeah. That's my Nightbot. Stinky voltage. I'm such a child. Anyway, when it comes down to how dare you, when it comes down to cursing and stuff, obviously, like, it's not something that I would love to do like constantly over and over again as my comedy. You're nothing more than a clan kid. It's nothing. It's something that I don't have like a big offense to. Like, it's just vocabulary. Like, people normally use it for like comedy's sake, and it's fine. If they're swearing people out, like, that's the problem. That's why I use terms that were such as like the N-word or calling like, you know, certain terms that are offensive towards certain groups when there's no need for that. If you're wanting to be funny with cursing and stuff, completely fine. But if you're insulting a ethnic group or just a group in general that is just like not needed, that's which is good Nightbot. Yeah, I also turned his thing down to 5 seconds, so he'll do it almost immediately after you say voltage. Look at your power gone, no more. I'm just childish. That's just all you have to really get used to. But yeah, as for if you have any questions, voltage, just let me know, because honestly, not many people are really sure. You know what I could I don't know. It's on the phone's right there, so I can't really reach. Well, I could do Instagram. I don't think I've even signed into my Instagram. On I don't see it. That's really weird. Oh my god, suggested for me. Why not? What did Green Machine have on his story? Hell yes. Here's a sound. Something bad happened to the chicken. Oh, I didn't know something bad happened. I hope he tunes into the stream so that something good could happen. Oh, no wonder why he's not here. I guess that's the reason. I am not. Oh, I am. I do follow you. You're right. Can I not? Oh, I can message, I guess. Why? It's just not. I is streaming if you wanna feel better. You wanna feel better. Why? I just got back. Why do you have to be stupid? Voltage. High voltage. I didn't even know you changed your name. See, it still does it. It's just not what's it called? It's not by your name, it's by whatever it's said in the chat. Bum 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 bum. No, I don't want to inspect. Who's the winner now? I don't think you can change your name that many times. Ugh. Anywho, yeah, I'm gonna be done messing around with that. Messing around with Nightbot and Instagram stuff. Your power has been removed once more. Anywho, as your spammer chat. But yeah, as for another topic that I want to get onto, I do feel like there's like that, like this is something I was talking about earlier. There's definitely something that I'm missing when it comes down to doing YouTube with I don't know, like I have the spark, I have the enthusiasm in order to upload and do all this stuff. But I don't think that it's just the fact that, oh, I'm not living on my own in order to do this kind of stuff, in order to engage with the people whenever I'm doing videos. Like, I don't know what it is when it comes down to, like, I don't really know. Because whenever I sit down in order to do a video, then I just lose that segment of just, like, there's people watching, and then I'm just, like, I'm so immersed in the game to where I kind of need to break that immersion in order to communicate more with them, which is nice that I'm doing that with being live. Like that's very helpful for that. But it's just seeing. I'm done with messing with Nightbot and with your shenanigans, not me, you. But yeah, I definitely feel that there is something that I could do better with. I just don't know. It's hard to explain. I guess the timing might be a little bit weird. Like, I'm definitely probably in one of the weirdest times of my life when it comes down to school and work and stuff, and still in a quote unquote unsure place. And it doesn't scare me of like the future and like failure and stuff like that. Like, I don't know what it is. I can do this all day. I'm not doing it anymore, so you can do whatever. But that the timing of me still doing this is just, it's so weird to think that 5 years ago, almost, basically 5 years ago, is when I started doing this, like uploading videos for fun and still just setting up my phone in order to record a TV screen is so weird to think about, just the progression that I've gotten to get to this point where I have like a gaming PC and Elgato and all these things, these tools I can use to entertain, and finally built up a community that I actually do enjoy. I like streaming to these people and talking with them and feeling like I can just communicate. It's honestly amazing. It honestly is. But it's curious to think that just not expecting like how long and how much effort I put into doing this, and just I don't know. Because it makes it seem like the way I'm about to state this is like, oh, it's a quote-unquote waste of time. Because it's honestly not. But the way that I do view it is that the first, like, 2 years, I have come a long way. I do think that. But, like, the first, like, 2 years of me uploading stuff, that was, like, the practice stages. Like, that's when I was, like, seeing what did work and didn't work when it came down to uploading videos. And doing all that stuff with, like, joking around with friends and just having fun with it. Including me, you like me in the streams? Yeah, I do. Like that's the thing. Wow, use. Like, I know that you're obviously, like, joking around and stuff like that. Like, there's definitely a difference between, like, if you were just jumped in here, I didn't know you, and you started doing stuff like this, then I might be a little bit annoyed, but it's... Well, usually every streamer hates me for some weird reason. No, I do not hate you. Like, obviously you do have like your little antics as you did right then, but I know I've seen you for long enough in order to know when it comes down to that kind of stuff. And obviously there's all the jokes where it's just like it's you versus green, like there's obviously those jokes like that, but it's been so long that I do feel it's just like you're deserving of being able to like joke around with us and just, you know, do stuff like that. Like when it comes down to just being in chat, like I don't mind it. It's stuff that definitely I am comfortable enough with certain people doing as I've just known them, instead of just like being random people that jump into a stream in order to mess with them, which is a big difference. There's a big difference there. But yeah, it's that level of comfortability that I definitely do think that certain people have gotten to with this channel and not with my previous channel. It's so weird to think. I was like, I just don't know who was watching my old stuff. Like, I didn't ever really get comments on those videos when it came down to that kind of stuff. Obviously I did for some, like, I really would love to get because me and AKMotions have talked this to death, is that we would literally do almost anything in order to get those old videos back. There's like 2 or 3 years me and Green are frenemies. Yeah, that's what I think. I honestly do think that, like, you don't know each other, like, personally in real life kind of stuff, and it's just like you're going along with a bit just like as a joke kind of stuff. And I do think that is you guys have a good chemistry of quote unquote hating each other, and through the similar liking of knowing me, like that's how you guys bond. Like that's a good way of communicating. Well, speak of him, welcome on in, Green Machine. But yeah, during the time of like when I started originally uploading, so I'm also fidgeting with stuff. I'm just using my paintbrush. Like it's me, totally Green Machine. No, because you're not the Sir Green Machine. Wow, this is awkward. You're so stupid. Of all the times for you to do that. Well, we were talking about like the chemistry that you and Red have from like originally meeting me through here and then like becoming frenemies, just like going along with a bit, totally not pretending to be you. Yeah, I know you did that at the weirdest time, right when Green joined. But it's super funny that both of you guys met through here and then committed to like some little joke that we once said, and then now it's kind of like, then those jokes start to fade, and then like new ones start to come in, and then good bonds start to flow in. And that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff that I do really enjoy and appreciate with building a community, is I hope that it's not just a one-way thing where it's just like everybody is talking with just me. I want to be sure that when it comes down to people getting into this community, one that I build is for a whole entire group of people to like get to know each other in order to talk about like similar interests that I have and they have and all these things in order to come together. And it's not to be centered around me, rather just being a group that I created in order for a whole bunch of like new friendships to come from that. Like I want the name Bunkatron to not only just mean like something about like me. Like I don't want it to be a word in the dictionary or anything like that. But it'd be nice that I could see that certain people would get to know each other or bond over watching my content in order to get to each other. Well, I'm totally Sir Green Machine, the real one. I was locked in for a bit from a dumb trip. Thanks for the message. Yeah, I did hear on your story that you were feeling a bit down, so I thought that it would be good to also just talk to you guys and whoever else is joining in. It'll be funny watching back like some of this stuff. Like if I do get like really big, then there's gonna be those people that like come back and they're just like, I wish that I knew him around this point. There's an imposter among us. I wish that there's like all these people that I wish I knew him at this point when he like talked more one-on-one, which I hope that I still do that. Like, and I hope that's also not something that people look back on and is like, see, you made this promise and you break it. Oh, you okay, Green? I mean, fake Green. You shut up. He just posted something on his story. I just don't know exactly what's going on, but I thought I could help in a certain way with doing a stream like this, which is something I noticed is that I feel when it comes down to like dragging is by getting people in when it comes down to doing streams. A lot of people like originally come for he's voltage now. A lot of people obviously come for like the games and stuff like that. I just hope that at a certain point someone will come along because of the game, get used to it being me, and then they like tell their friends about it, about my channel and doing all this stuff. Like that's the best kind of compliment, is that they're basically recommending me rather than my playthrough of a game, because of just like, because I don't really know. I still don't feel like I have that good of a sparking connection when it comes down to like playing games in order to engage audience. And it's not just like a put down for me. Like I feel like that's just an actual critique for my work when it comes down to doing this stuff. Is no matter what, I feel that if you're a creator and you're not pushing yourself to do better, then you're doing it all wrong. Like, if you're doing kind of like the same thing and you're not evolving with your work, yes, alright, imposter Green Machine. Yes, we all know I'm the red one. Yeah, hi, yeah, of course, it's me, Green. I like Halo and ODSTs in the color green. Who says that Halo is his actual favorite color? You interest me in some games I might get in play soon. That's also something that I hope, is that, like, I've intrigued other people both with myself and also with the game that I'm playing in order for them to be like, oh, this is a series that I also might look into. Not that I'm wanting to promote the games in order to say like, hey, buy this. I'm not telling them to purchase it if they don't want to. It's just that I would like to provide people with playthroughs. It's so weird to think like the community of people who watch other people play games. It's like, it's not only just it could be just them doing a playthrough of it so they can see how, like Far Cry and BattleBlock. Yeah, it's fun playing those games, and they all have different things, but in the end, I still love a lot of different games that I'm playing. Also, I don't know if you guys know this, that made a noise. Anywho, I don't know if you know this, but, I think it might be censored by the chair. I got this. Totally legit Bunkatron. How do you changing your name so many times? Doesn't it, like, stop at a certain point? Like, it's like, oh, you changed your name too many times. Battle Block is funny, so definitely want to play that. Give me your money, I mean French shop. Back to what I was saying. If you guys do know the, give me your friendship. That's what you meant. Oh my god, I'm having, like, hiccup burps thing. I don't know what they're called. Because, like, it makes it between the two. So if you guys don't know, I obviously have a, game console that is able to play a whole bunch of old retro games. But I was limited by the type of controller that it had because it was just like a 4-button D-pad kind of thing. Okay, Bunk, I guess. And then, honestly, the thing you're doing right now, it reminds me of the... Was that my friend? Because I keep on seeing him here and there. I don't know where he is anymore. There's like this green bug-looking thing, and he keeps on flying around. I know I'm getting distracted, but shut up. I want to know where he is. Bro, he's my bro. I don't know where... Dude, I have so much color and stuff in my room. I'm also good friends with my fellow robot brother, Nightbot. Yes. Do you accept Monopoly money? That also reminds me of something I might want to talk about. But anyway, I want to finish my talk about the console, where I was limited by being a D-pad and 4-button, like, scheme that it had. So, I got this. Obviously, this thing also still kind of sucks. Like, it's definitely not the greatest thing of all time. But, it's got this, which is the exact same kind of plug-in that Nintendo has also made in order for it to plug into that. So, comparison of this, where it has D-pad and this, and then 2 analog sticks, comparison to 1. Psst, Bunkatron, give me your YouTube channel pass. No, I'm not doing that. You already know that I'd never do that. But, yeah, there's all this. Whoa, an old... Yeah, it is an old controller. If you guys don't know, that is specifically a Wii Pro controller. That is exactly what it's known as, which you plug into the nunchuck is the other part, into the Wiimote in order for it to act as a controller. Yes, for Nintendo. Right, it is for the Wii, and I'm utilizing it for something else, which is pretty cool. That's the stuff that I really enjoy doing. You trust me, right? The totally legit Bunkatron trusts you, or does the Bunkatron trust you? When you mentioned Monopoly money, it actually took me back. When it comes down to, like, making projects and stuff, it's only fair to probably tell you guys also about the first project that actually probably brought the original YouTube group members together. Originally, me and AK were friends. Well, first here, I'm gonna give you guys a timeline. This let's go a little bit more in depth. I have a mini Nintendo, like a DS, Game Boy. There's so many. You gotta. Or are you talking about one of the small things, which I literally have right here? Like, it's literally called a mini, which is this, and that's how I'm able to get all those really cool freaking games. So if you're talking about that, then you could just be in luck. So let me give you a little bit of a timeline when it comes down to the creation of my YouTube group. Let's talk about, like, the 3 main people of Dreamatorium, the Dreamatorium group. Me and AKMotions, we originally knew each other in elementary school in the late times, like 4th and 5th grade. Game child. We were both friends with this one kid. I'm probably going to just name it anonymously. So it's just this one kid that we were both, quote unquote, best friends with. So we were enemies because there was that whole thing where it's just like, oh, we're enemies because I want to be his best friend. No, I want to be his best friend. So there's all that. But it's like the last model ever made. Oh, that's pretty cool. I think that is pretty interesting. So we were obviously doing that whole like, oh, I want to be his friend, no, I want to be his friend. And then one day we planned that all three of us were gonna hang out, and then that one kid just wasn't able to come. So since me and him were already like getting ready to go like somewhere or do something, so he just came over. He just said to me, he was like, "Hey, you want to come over to my house and play Minecraft?" I was like, "Oh, sure." So then he like introduced it. I was originally like scared of his dog. I remember I went into his house and it's just like, "Oh, there's this giant black dog that's barking at me." And I didn't really know too many dogs. I had my dog Lucy, and then there's like this other really big dog that my aunt and uncle had that lived in California, but I haven't seen that dog ever since. And it's probably dead at this point, because of how long ago that was. But when it came down to that, I knew him a little bit for when it came down to like doing YouTube stuff. So that was actually a sleepover. Like the first time that me and him hung out one-on-one was a sleepover, which originally started like the tradition of like me and him, we just like always do sleepover kind of stuff. Which I definitely do enjoy. Like that's a thing that I'm glad that we still have around, which basically we've been doing for about 5 years. Yeah, many cats you're scared of. Yes, the big cats. You know, the cats that go bark. They're very scary. All the time. So then at one point, then he showed me on his YouTube world, his creative world, and then he was getting introduced to me as a asset of his YouTube group, which at that time I named myself really quickly, which I just called Ryland Rocks 101. I had no idea why I went with that name. Really stupid name. I'm definitely aware of it. You can laugh at it, obviously. It's definitely not a creative thing, but 5 years ago I was about 12-ish or 13, about, which still isn't the greatest excuse, but still, I mean, for what it was. Here we are with Bunkatron, which I'm really happy with. I do love the name Bunkatron. It works so well, and it just sounds like a YouTube name. But when it came down to doing that, then we just started recording stuff. We always set up our phone in order to record the TV screen. No, my name's not Ryan, it's Rylan. Rylan, which I am fine with giving away. Like, I remember a long time ago, I wasn't able to have my name and face on YouTube. You came through. I did. I really did. So not Ryan Rocks, Rylan Rocks 101. So my name is Rylan. And during that time, I was 12, which is really stupid. All of the names that I had before, like maybe TCS Games wasn't the worst, or like Cybershot, like those were kind of like I was starting to get it, but I had like Hulk Smash Dude, I had freaking Bullet Bill Gaming, all these names, Rocks, yes, RAWKS. I'm not gonna, you're stupid. If you're the totally legit Bunkatron, then I think that you'd know how to say it. Ryland Rocks. But it was so funny to go through like all those names. And then AK originally was known as the gaming host, and then he went to, well, he was Onyx. I forgot exactly what it was called. Then it was Dark Host, and he was gaming host for quite a while. And then at one point he was One Click, and then he was Landon AKP, and then he became AK. Sus. Yeah, no, the information doesn't line up if you're totally legit Bunkatron. And then we just started just doing all that fun stuff. Like we did just so many videos I really wanted to get back. Oh yeah, I'm Bunkatron. Yeah, my name is spelled Reelen. a certain time, then there's always like the talk of wanting more members of that, which then we had that one kid that we were both friends with, and we also had someone that was in our humanities class, I think. Yeah, I think so. NAKB sound has some really funny stuff. Yes, that channel is still there. And Loon just comes from the sky and now he's your friend. No, there's also a story there too, but I'll get around to that. Yeah, there's just so many videos that we wish that we can get back. I just can't even think. Like, I'm hoping that at a certain point we can go on up to YouTube headquarters and then we could be like, hey, we got these channels. We messed up. We know you got the archives. Come on. I remember drawing in screenshots. Yep, I do. That was also really funny. But then at a later point, then there was like wanting new members, which then there was a person known as Robone at the time, which was also a really interesting name, but obviously still we're younger. And then another person known as Educated Chair 75. So if you actually want a hey Susan Wabadge, if you search up Educated Chair 75, I'm pretty sure it's still Educated Chair. Yeah, I think it is. He still has some Tiny Tanks videos that me and AK were in that we just like played with him originally. So at a later point, then we stopped and it dropped badly. Yeah, we're at like a low frame rate right now. I think it's going back up. Hang on. Yeah, retry number 1. There you go. I'm fixing it. I did that on purpose. I wanted it so that it could actually be good. Because Wi-Fi was having some issues. So that's why I actually disconnected from that intentionally. But to go on with like that part, so then there came a time where it's just like, all right, the people that we were going with weren't wanting to do it for like as seriously as we were wanting to. So then they kind of just went off, did whatever on their own. And then later on, then it also came to the question of like, we still need more people, but we didn't really know too many other people. And then came in this. Why did it switch the camera? Don't do that. The fuck? Why did it do that? We got to see part of my TV and the egg that it's sitting on. Gosh. Back to what I was saying. Hey kids, want some candy? I'm legit man. Yes. So then it became like obviously that question, and in came this very odd card that we did not quite understand at the time. A lad that went around the school wearing a cowboy hat and Kermit the Frog puppet on one arm or one hand and a Buzz Lightyear on the other. Whoa, he said bad word. I thought you were Christian. I am Christian, but there's a difference between like a lot of people think that curse words are quote unquote bad. I totally legit Bunkatron got into your camera. Yes, he hacked me. Oh, but like I am Christian, but there's a thing between like curse words are not a sinful thing. What it is it's tied to wrath. Is that the no? Not, is it wrath? What's the is anger? It's whatever the one is for anger. Like if you say things out of anger, like then that's you feeding in to that sin, which most people curse for that. So if you're just saying like honestly, you can say any same thing angrily and it could be equally as bad. I'm a fucking Christian dude, so I don't swear. I know, that's what I'm saying. It depends when it comes down to it, is there's also different types of Christianity and how far the belief actually does go. I'm a fucking Christian, so I don't swear. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's certain morals that you go by when it comes down to doing it. And it's not me shitting on the religion by doing so. It's understanding is just that I look at it as band oof. Understanding the, like, how far certain things will go is that's the thing. I'm not the biggest fan of like always swearing a lot, and I do feed into negative emotions like being mad and doing stuff like that as well, which I should also work on. But it's there are human things which without sin, then how are we to recover from those types of faults? But I don't want to go too far into it. As I was saying, back to this one guy that had 2 puppets and a cowboy hat and all this fun stuff. And we were just like, who is this guy? Why is he so weird? What's going on with this person? We kind of knew him, but we didn't entirely understand him. So then we kind of went on with our day, and then later on, down the line of being in middle school, came a recording process thing. So I was offered, hey, do you want to be in like this project thing? It's a recording project. I'm like, oh, sure. Perfectly fine to me. And they're also saying that if you have any other people that you'd be interested, tag them along too. So obviously, then I was like, all right, I'll bring in AK. So we both go. And then there was the person that invited us. There was the person that was making it, which we kind of knew, but not really a lot. And then there was also Loon, which then we started to actually get to know him. And he was just this freaking awesome dude that we got to know over the time. So then started a bigger school group that we had, which had the 3 of us, the person that invited us onto it, the director, the person who invited us onto its girlfriend, and a friend of her. So yeah, there's a lot of people in there. But as time went on, it got toxic. It got very toxic in different types of ways. Some worse than others, other ones not as bad, but when it came down to like being like the group where it was just like, it used to be fun, but now it's just not. Like everyone is trying to get at each other's throats or starting drama that doesn't need to be there, and it could be so much easier if we figured out the boys. Yeah. So then later on, then more of us started going our separate ways. But yes, and 2 girls. The friend of the girl was also a girl. And then with that, the 3 of us still stuck around, and we were just still doing YouTube stuff because we figured out that he actually had a YouTube channel at that point, which he was doing a lot more sillier, random, funny stuff on there, which I can kind of get. And then we were just like, hey, if you ever want to do it a little bit more seriously, I mean, stuff like that, you should join our YouTube group because we'd love to have more people. And ever since then, he definitely brought a lot to the table, and I'm really in a girl. And I'm glad with how things have turned out for the 3 of us. Like, we're obviously gonna have some weird rough patches, like even when there were some things that happened with like streaming, we always get through with it. Respect and wake. We always got through it. Like, there's always some stuff that you guys do see that is a little bit more behind the scenes in most people than what we would want to see. It's not that we want to hide stuff from you guys, but in the end, we do work it out. Like, we're really close as friends. Respect women. Let me host your channel, lol. No. But it's funny. I I'm so glad with how things have turned out, honestly. Like, there was a lot that has happened over the mass amount of years in my life, in their lives, and other sorts of things like that. But those events that have taken place in order for us to get to where we are as friends, let me have your eye, where we became as friends is something that I definitely would never want to change. It's honestly really, really nice to have. And I'm super thankful for it. I could never be more thankful for two amazing people to work with on projects and just joke around with, where we could just watch videos and movies and play games and all these different things. Is that we don't always see eye to eye on every situation or interest, which is perfectly normal. And we see that as also perfectly normal, and we kind of like space each other from certain interests and different things like that. And it's a good system. It's a system that not everyone can super easily find, and I'm so glad that I found two people that were like this in order to where we just, there's not a lot of words that can be said about it, but I just do love it a lot. I do. That's kind of really it. Like, there's not much really to go on about it. Doesn't need to go super far into detail about just respecting your friends and caring about them a lot. I do care about them a lot. I'm glad that they also taken the time in order to care about me as well. It's a very important thing that people sometimes overlook when it comes down to actually being friends with someone. It's how much of an impact that those people can have on their lives. Stop being nice. It's just stuff that I think about. Like, a lot of people also go through like dark headspaces and other things like that. Nice. You're one of the lucky true friends. Yeah, like, there's no need to have a gigantic friend group. Obviously, it's nice to expand your group by, like, giving people a shot and, like, actually getting to know them. Like, that's a good thing to have. But it's also understanding. It's just, like, it's not like you didn't make the cut. You're not, like, a part of our group. Like, such an honor to be a part of or anything like that. It's more or less just, like, just building trust with certain people for so long where you just like the person that they are. I have many friends, but not at all close to them. Yeah, like, that's the thing. I'm a very social person. Like, not always when it comes down to, like, when I'm at work, and I don't always, like, talk to every single person that I meet. But when it comes down to, like, if people start engaging in a conversation with me, I'll try and also, like, play along with it. And if something happens, then it's just like, hey, I'm glad I got to know this person a little bit. I have no friends. I had no clue why. The world is mystery. Well, just memorable. But you just don't need a whole bunch. It's like it's not that they didn't make the cut or anything like that, like, as I was saying. But it's more or less is just like the building trust with those people in order to say it's just like, I'm just glad to be around this person. Yeah, I'm kind of a social person too. Yeah, I don't talk to every single person, but if they do start engaging with me, then I'm just like, yeah, who knows? It could be pretty good. And that's why I'm also really happy whenever another person else comes onto the stream. What the fuck keeps on happening? Why? That's the stupidest thing. Why? That's so dumb. That's just okay. I'm glad I'm looking right here in order to see it happen, but it's so dumb. My phone's been having pressure issues like every once in a while. It's just like every fifth day, something like that. Yeah, it just happens here and there. But yeah, I'm glad to also get out like thoughts like this with you guys. is, it's not that I'm wanting to like, I have to talk, oh, there's something on my mind. But it's just nice to talk. Like, I feel that people always need to think there's just like, has to be a reason that they're talking about this, like, though they had a bad day or they did this, but there's just sometimes people just have thoughts that they kind of just want to get out there. And even if they're not being like, how do you live stream on a phone? Oh, like AK does. Well, AK is over 1,000 subscribers, so he's able to do it through YouTube. If you get a Streamlabs app, which is what I'm using, is how you are able to stream using your phone. That's what I'm doing right now, and have been doing recently. It's super nice. So that's what I've been doing recently, and it's been working really good. I think it works out nicely. Don't look at my stomach. This thing is too small, okay? Jeez. Hi. Anyway, I just needed a good stretch. But I don't remember what I was talking about. I took a really good stretch. Oh yeah, I was talking about just getting good at things. I was wondering how you were doing it. Yeah, figured out that Streamlabs allows it through phone, which is really nice. I'm really glad that it also offers that. But yeah, that's kind of all it. Thanks for the info. Yeah, and I just kind of just had some thoughts just to get out and to talk to some people. That's all it really was. And it felt good. I'm glad that you guys are along for the ride, as I was also spewing out the garbage out of my mouth. But overall, I'm glad that I was able to just do like these kinds of things. I don't know if I'll be doing another one of these soon, because I feel like I was saying before, I feel like I need to engage more people first. Like, it's all about building community. I hope to get more people on board in order for them to feel comfortable enough in order to come around and just join us and talk and do whatever. Just goof around, be funny, be weird, just be yourselves, just have fun. Like, that's what I'm hoping that I grow as a community-wise in order to do. So when it gets to that point, that's probably when I'll do more of these kinds of things. It's not discouraging when there's not like a lot of people coming on, but it's just, more engaging, more helpful for other people to engage, ask questions, do all these other things, which is why AK is so great with having the community that he's built in order to do that, and I hope that I'll be able to get to that point as well. But with that, that's kind of it that I have for this video. I do hope you guys enjoy this video. Hit the like button down below, and also subscribe. I've been having problems with doing my outro recently. Hit the like button down below, and also subscribe for more content like this. You can comment down below if you want me to do more of this or something about more deductions. Notification bell, notify, video, go live. See you. Bye-bye. Go eat your pants. Go tell your mother that you love her. When was the last time you did that? Be a good child or tell your goldfish that you love them. They need it.